Ask a child what is hard about life. The answer comes in a rush. It is a list of immediate, sharp-edged problems. A missed deadline. A failed test. A social slight that feels like a mountain blocking the sun. They speak with a frantic, breathless intensity, convinced that the current moment is the only one that exists. Now, ask someone who has lived it. Ask the person who has walked the long path. The response is not found in the words they choose. It is found in the weight of the silence that follows. They do not reach for a list. They reach for a memory. They pause, their eyes tracking something invisible in the air before them. And the silence stretches, heavy and thick with the gravity of decades. There is a profound distance between these two states. One is a world of small, consuming clouds that hide the horizon. The other is a landscape shaped by the storms that have already passed. At 10, the world is a desk, a blank page, and a ticking clock. The pressure is not abstract. It is the scratch of a pen against paper that refuses to yield the right words. Heart racing, the child grips the desk edge until knuckles turn white. Every second feels like a hammer blow. A failed test is not just a grade. It is a catastrophe that defines the entire future. A social slight in the hallway is a mountain that cannot be scaled. They sit, trapped in the narrow beam of a desk lamp, convinced that if they do not solve this one problem, the floor will simply fall away. They have not yet seen the horizon, so these small clouds consume the entire sky. The air in the room grows thin. The sound of a neighbor walking by or a distant door closing is filtered out, rendered meaningless against the roar of their own anxiety. They are locked in a cycle of immediate, sharp-edged intensity. They do not look out the window. They do not see the sun moving across the floor. They only see the blank page, the deadline, and the terrifying, singular weight of the present moment. To them, the world is exactly as large as their current fear. Time is a relentless teacher. It does not announce its lessons. It simply strips away the excess. You move from the classroom to the quiet of a home that feels both too large and too empty. The walls seem to stretch, and the silence is no longer a void, but a presence. Your body begins to signal its own limits. The energy that once felt infinite now requires a conscious, internal effort to summon. You stand up, and your knees protest. You reach for a glass, and the movement is a deliberate choice rather than a reflex. You notice the way the afternoon light hits the floorboards, tracing the dust motes in the air. You hear a neighbor walking by, the sound muffled by the glass, and it carries a heavy, quiet significance. The things you once ignored now demand your attention. You sit in the chair, feeling the weight of the frame against your back, and you understand that the struggle has not vanished. It has simply changed its shape. Many chase the illusion that happiness is a destination paved with gold. They believe that if they reach a certain threshold of wealth, the struggle will vanish. This is a lie. You can stack coins until they reach the ceiling, and the silence in your chest will remain exactly as hollow. Wealth is a distraction, a shiny barrier between you and the truth of your own skin. The truth is far simpler and more demanding. You do not need to be rich to be happy. You need to be real. You need to do what aligns with your own pulse, not the frantic beat of the market. Stop looking at the ledger. Look at your hands. Are they doing work that matters to you, or are they just performing for an audience that does not care if you break? The pivot is sharp. It is violent. It requires you to strip away the expectations that were never yours to begin with. If you are chasing a number, you are losing the only currency that retains its value, the moments you actually inhabit. Be normal. Do not hurt others. Do not become the reason someone else suffers in the dark. This is the only way to anchor yourself. Everything else is just noise. Wisdom is not a trophy reserved for the elderly, nor is it a secret kept by the young. It is found in the space between generations, in the act of truly seeing one another. If you are young, do not rush to grow up. The weight of the world will find you soon enough, and there is no need to invite it early. If you are older, do not forget to live. The clock does not stop for your regrets, and looking backward will not change the path you have already walked. Be yourself. That is enough to build a life that actually matters. Let the noise of the world fall away. You are here, you are breathing, and that is the only foundation you need. Stand firm in your own skin, walk your own path, and let the rest go.